What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Wednesday. You know what that is. Hump Day, baby. September 28th, 2022. On deck for today's show, Coach Mike tells you why it's time for TJ Hockenson to come alive and shine in the Lions offense. I'll update you on the injury status of some young stars in Detroit. And LL wants to know, is it too early to look at next season? But before we get into all that, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Y'all know who he is, lady. Y'all know what the name of the game is. Your girl chose him. It's my man, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
What's down, Proud Nation, and good morning.
Man, y'all see that Scully down there because, you know what I'm saying, it's a little cold over there in Jackson, Michigan. Yeah. It's the who?
Man, I felt some snow behind that chill, man. It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let go.
Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Curt, go ahead and kick this one off, man.
Well, it ain't me, man. I'm going to pass on over to the Mike Jones of the show, man. Talk about that TJ Hockenson, dude.
Yeah, well, real TJ Hockenson, please stand up. Please. You know what? To be honest with you, when you play teams that you're supposed to beat, like we're favored, you play teams that are lesser, you get those guys involved in the offense that haven't been involved in the offense and need to get involved in the offense. That's what teams of the past did against the Lions. You know, when a guy was struggling, he's like, oh, the Lions. We got to get this guy back on track. So that's what we need to do. I think, honestly, we need to force TJ Hockenson the ball like we did Amon-Ra, just to give him, you know, because I don't think you know, he might be out. He's a little hobbled and things of that nature. We need to let him relax. We need to give Hockenson the ball, feed him, let him get down the field and expose those linebackers. Get him on some mid-level drags, some hitches, some deep outs. You know, things of that nature. Have him run seams and just get him into the offense. And I think him getting settled into the offense helps our offense become more explosive and more of a chunk play offense than it already was. Hockenson is just that he's that missing piece from us going to the next level. Another piece that might be coming back soon, J-Mo, but Hockenson is definitely that piece. He's that guy. He's the chain mover. I know Monte Brown is that guy, but Hockenson is it. On the other side of the field, he can be that guy where you don't know which part of the field to send that nickel back. And I'm just waiting, man. I'm waiting, man. And this week is the perfect week to get that done, man. So what do you guys feel about Hockenson? Do you think his role should be increased? Do you think he should be the focal point of the offense this week, moving forward, just for this game to get him back on track?
It's time for Ben Johnson to drop some plays for the former number 8 overall pick in the draft. We have to get Hock on point. We know what Hock can do on the field. When you utilize, he's a top 10 tight end. Teams are going to start to key on Hock this week because St. Brown, like you said, maybe missed some time with the ankle injury. Hockenson becomes more important to the success of the Lions offense with some of those key weapons out, with maybe Swift missing some time too. It's a contract year, man. We have to use him to quantify paying him. Mm-hmm. You got to use him. You know what I'm saying? You want to pay him, right? But you have to use him. And LL, you said this plenty of times, and I echo that. A tight end is a position where he has to rely on someone else giving him the ball. You know, so you're going to have to draw some plays up. Ben Johnson, you're creative. You can get my man St. Brown open. You have to draw up some concepts to get TJ Hockenson open on the field. You know, you're going to have to do, like you said, drag routes, maybe some option routes, have him sit down in the zone. He's a matchup nightmare for a nickel, and he's a matchup nightmare for a linebacker. So you have to use him correctly. Here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want him going to another team and becoming an all-pro. He's already a Pro Bowler. But, I don't want him, leaving Detroit and becoming an all-pro somewhere else because we didn't use him right. You look at the guys that, left in the past, even, recent, or even in, you look at Cliff Averill, how he went to Seattle and became an all-pro defensive lineman. You look at my man out there, Quandre Diggs. Look at his career took off out there in Seattle as well. And we already know what Slay is doing in Philly. I just don't want that to happen with Hockenson. He's a homegrown talent. You have to utilize him and make him a focal point in Detroit, man. We know what the guy can do. We know what he's capable of. Just use him, man, and use him correctly. Don't let him slip out of our fingers, man, and he goes to somewhere like Chicago or some crap like that becomes a world beater and come back and just wreck the shop. I know Val would like that, but I don't want him to go anywhere else and becoming one of the best tight end, even a better tight end in the league. What you got, LL?
Right. You took the words right out of my mouth. Like, I feel like, they draw plays for St. Brown. So, you can do that for Hock. A lot of times what I believe is happening is that they're using Hock to run the coverage away from St. Brown or some of those, when they trying to attack the middle of the field. So, but you got two of them guys that can do it. A lot of teams only have one guy specifically for that role. We actually got a couple of those guys. So yeah, of course, he's very, 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 very underutilized. I hope this isn't one of those. I don't believe this is what's happening, but I hope this isn't one of those instances where they're not utilizing them so they won't have to pay him. They can say, well, look at your numbers. We don't got to pay you that much because you didn't produce that much, but you didn't necessarily let him produce that much. So go ahead and feed Hock the ball, man. I'm with you, Coach Jones. That's what's going to unlock a whole new level, man. That's what we need. A lot of, like you said, when we have to move the chains, we just got to keep it rolling. We can use the run game to do that, but you also have, a phenomenal tight end and TJ Hockenson to do that with as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when J-Mo comes back, and then we have J-Mo, Hock, and St. Brown, and Swift coming back healthy, man, we should hit the ground running. Like, running. It should be just a fest. It should be just a Madden on rookie mode fest. So, you know what I'm saying? Man.
Yeah, definitely.
But hey, of course, I blame y'all's friend for that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. he threw to the running back.
Cut, Kurt, cut. Go to commercial.
All right. If you like the content, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. You know how we do it. We pick 6 comments in the comment section of the video to go on the next show. And here's a perfect opportunity to do that. Coach Jones, go ahead and give us that family discussion topic for today.
Family discussion topic for today is, which offensive player do you think the Lions need to have a big game to secure the win against the Seattle Seahawks? Drop that comment in the comment section, get the discussion popping. Maybe it's somebody that we're missing that we didn't mention that maybe you think is the key to the Lions' victory.
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, we're on the march to 4,000, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You keep coming back. If you haven't done so already, become a part of the Prowl Nation family. Now I'm going to go ahead and slide on into my news and rumors topic for today on this What Up Though Wednesday, or, Hump Day, baby. It's time to update some injury status. Reports are DeAndre Swift may miss some time with that shoulder sprain he suffered against Minnesota, along with that ankle injury he's been nursing since week 1. Test came back promising on the ankle of Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, the notion out of Allen Park right now is that he may be on the shelf for a quick stint and be back after the bye or sooner. Now, here is the good news that came out yesterday. Kind of big news. Jerry Jacobs tweeted that he will start practicing this week and will be available in around 2 weeks. That will put him around that Dallas game, right after the bye. So there's a bunch of players that could be hitting the field soon in Detroit for that second half of the season. We talked about it a little bit off camera today. You're looking at Josh Pascal, Levi Onwuzurike, Romeo Okwara, Jason Kabenda. There's a ton of guys that could be sliding onto the field for the Lions. for that second half of the season. Kind of excited about that. But what do you guys think about the injuries that we have right now, and guys could be coming back off of that injured list here in the near future?
That's what we need, man. It's right around that time. Some guys we kind of need to come back. We've had some issues with our nickel position so far. We tried a couple guys out. Some guys are playing more solid than others, but maybe with him coming back, we won't see as much of Coach Jones's play cousin out there. So let's go, Jerry Jacobs. Let's go, some of those other guys. I haven't seen as much or heard as much of the other guys as I have of Jerry Jacobs. So that's a little concerning. Like I really want to see. I really want to see Levi out there, man. I really want to see him get out there and kick some ass. But I haven't heard anything. Like I ain't heard that he's on track. I ain't seen no workout videos. I ain't seen nothing. But hopefully some of these guys come on back and help us from losing to teams like Minnesota.
Yeah. Josh Pascal. I want to see him. I want to see him on the field. I want to see the reason why he was drafted in the second round. I know there's tape, and I didn't watch any Kentucky games, so I don't really know. So I want to see, why exactly he was chosen that highly in the second round when we could have drafted a linebacker. I need to see it. And then J-Mo, man, when he come back from that bye, man, I want to see how explosive this offense can really get. That excites me, man. And one player though that I just totally forgot about is Jason Kabinda. I forgot he was on the roster. Man, when you said Jason Kabinda, Kurt, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about him, man.
Super back.
It's interesting to see what role he will have in this offense and Ben Johnson's newly schemed offense. What will he be doing? Will he just be more of an up back who will kind of play tight end fullback? I
feel you. He adds an extra dimension to the run game. That's what I'm excited about for him. Right. He adds an extra dimension. You look at where you can bring him in, and then you add that Matt Nelson, man. That's a formidable running formation. They can definitely road grade some people with him, and that extra when they go to the extra heavy set in the run game. So I love the possibility of him coming back here soon.
Okay, yeah, man. Yeah. But everybody else, man, I just need them. We just all need him to come back, man. We just need him to come back, especially Romeo. Mom's been the word on both of our second round D tackles, man. Romeo and Levi, man. So we need to hear something about them because we getting plenty thin on that D line, man. So that's a position in need.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, man, you know what you got to do. Like the video, comment on the video, go and follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. It's Wednesday. So what tomorrow is? Thursday over on the Instagram page, man. So go ahead and check out my man. The link's on the screen for all of our social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. But tomorrow is Thursday over there on LL's page, man. So go ahead and get you a drink on Thursday over there on his Instagram. But hey, if you're going to get yourself some Lions gear, go on over to fanatics.com. The link's in the description below. A portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content on this channel. And I already announced it yesterday that the Salute the Service gear is out there. So go ahead and grab you some, man. Help a veteran out. The proceeds from those sales of those items go to help veteran organizations like the Wounded Warrior Project or the USO. So go ahead and help out a veteran by purchasing your Salute the Service gear. Kurt rocks it every year. So, I will be getting mine and I will unbox it when I get it. Go and check us out on Lions Nation Unite. It is the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. You can check us out here. My man, Micro Mike, Dosa Dion, Rad, all of your favorite Detroit Lions content creators are right over there in Lions Nation Unite. You can download the app in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store for your mobile devices, or you can go right on lionsnationunite.com in your web browser. While you're on your web browser, type in Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com, man. Get some more content from your crew right here. And while you're there, shop at lionsontheprowlshop.com. Get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. Well, wait a minute. You can get some LNU gear at LNUshop.com, man. It's always game day in the LNU shop. My man, Lion Man, he's doing a great thing helping out the American Cancer Society of Michigan. So click the link in the description and get yourself some Roar Up gear. Now, I got to talk about my boy because, it's Wednesdays. It's Wolverine Wednesday because if you're a Wolverine on Saturday and you're a Lion on Sunday, head on over to wolverlion.com. Coach Jones will hook you up with some Wolverine gear. Y'all know how we get down, man. We Wolverines right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You know what I'm saying? No shade to Sparty. But that's what we get down right here on this show. We Wolverines, baby. We do maize and blue right here on the show. So now it is time to go ahead, man, because I know I hear it. The chant in the distance. Ooh, L, 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 L. All the ladies are screaming his name, baby. Come to the mic and talk about your topic for the day. My man, LL Cool Torrance.
I sure wish that things went just like how you say, Curt, but one can hope. But on this Wednesday, I'm gonna just ask the question. Is it too early to look to next season? Talking to some of you guys, especially after that Minnesota loss, it sounds like some of y'all is already ready to pack it in and look forward to 2023. Even though, to me and to some of us right here, 2023 is going to be a very promising season. It's way too early to start looking at next season, man. We got a lot of things to look forward to this season, like Curt kind of alluded to in his topic. We got some guys coming back. We got Jason Kabinda. That should definitely give a needed oomph to our run game. Don't know if Romeo will be back around this time, but he should be back as well. We should see, him move around on that D-line. They like to do that with some of these guys. We saw that last year moving J.O. around, different linebacker positions, putting them on the edge. So Romeo, he's a little bit bigger. He's around 265-ish. Some of the guys we got around the same, we moved him inside. So we could see him moving inside, moving outside. He should be another a utilized piece. Like Coach Mike just brought up, the guy he wants to see. I want to see him as well. I don't really know. I watched a few of those condensed games and some of those highlight reels. He looked okay. Yeah, he looked all right, but I don't, I questioned that trade as well. But, Josh Pascal, I want to see him come on in with John Cominsky out. This could be a definite spot for him to step in, and show what he could do. I kind of see him as that kind of role anyway. Like maybe they have John Cominsky where they brought him in to play a role, but maybe drafting Josh Pascal was to fit that role, not necessarily to fit John Cominsky's role because he wasn't here, but to fit that big end, move inside to the tackle, those types of things. And then, of course, like we spoke about as well, Jerry Jacobs coming back. So hopefully some of those guys coming back within the next couple of weeks. So at least we got that to worry about or to look forward to, I should say. But we got a lot more, as far as the season goes, we got a whole lot more season to go. It's only been 3 games. We got some, not to be disrespectful, but we got some seemingly winnable games coming up. We got Seattle. Seattle Gino's doing his thing, so I'm not going to disrespect Gino, but we should be able to beat Seattle. And New England, they may not even have their starting quarterback by the time they play us. So, we got some guys, we got some teams coming up that we should be able to beat. Then we got the bye week. We should be able to get a lot more healthy after that. And then we're going against them goddamn Cowboys right on after that. So I feel like hopefully they won't let me down, but I'm going to guarantee a win against them Cowboys, man. We're going to kick their ass. So we got a whole lot more to look forward to this year. I don't know if that means playoff implications or whatever in the hell. Maybe it just means 6 or 7 or 8 wins, but we got a whole lot more to look forward to this year, and it's way too early to look forward to next year. If y'all guys want to answer, is it way too early to look into next year?
Definitely way too early to be focused on 2023. The Lions haven't even played a quarter of the season. Come on, man. In my opinion, man, 2023 season means you've already given up on the Lions after 3 games, man, which is some SOL mess. I'm not here for it at all, man. You can miss me with all this. The season's already over. Looking forward to 2023. What you got, Coach Jones?
Damn, sure. Okay. You know what? From the front office point of view, they're probably looking toward next season. Just from that front office standpoint, because they're probably, prospects they're looking at and things of that nature, and money that they can move around and free up cap and all that type of stuff, man. They're probably taking a glance. But as fans, hell no, man. As a team, hell no. This is something that I said to the team, to my team yesterday, man. I was like, look, man, we are in the heart of the season. We are in the thick of things right now. Don't check out. Do not check out.
Right.
We are in a position right now where we control our destiny. And the Lions control their destiny right now because it's only 3 games into the season. We got 14 more games left. So yeah, man, like don't check out right now. I know it's probably some Lions fans, some of them bandwagon fans who are hot and cold Lions fans who done checked out already because we done lost, but man, if you look at it, we played 2 of the top 10 teams rated in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we played both of those teams to the
Tough.
very end, and we should have won. We should have won both of those games.
Both of them.
Both of them. We should be 3-0 right now.
The Eagles are, and some got them rated the best team in the NFL, and the Vikings are like number 9 or 10 team in the NFL, and we, you know what I'm saying? So no, hell no, man.
Yeah, it's way too early. Don't bring that SOL stuff right here, man. We don't like that right here on your home for Detroit Lions newsrooms, man. We don't get down like that. But we understand it. And the front office should be looking 2 or 3 seasons ahead. The front office, they should be looking at the 2025 draft. They should be looking at, 2-3 years in advance so they can be looking at prospects. They should be looking at college freshmen, underclassmen, guys who are in high school that could be coming out in that draft. They should be doing all that stuff. They can't scout them because, of course, they're high school students, but they, once they hit the college, they should be scouting those guys. But right now, to be looking at 2023 for a fan base, man, if you'll cut that mess out and sit down somewhere, you know what I'm saying? We right here, man. We need to focus on 2022, and we have plenty of games left and plenty of football to be played for the rest of the season. Now, we know, I said it, I don't know if I said at the beginning of the show, that the line for the game has moved. We'll cover that more when we get into our game preview tomorrow, but we will update you on the line, all the betting lines, all the things that will go on with this game coming up on Sunday in Seattle, because tomorrow is our game preview. So come back and check it out right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, baby. Now, let's go ahead, man, and do my favorite thing of the show. Yeah. It's time for us to zip our lip and see what you had to say about yesterday's show. We have another superstar in the comic cards today, man. Whew, they just showing up in droves. But first up, we got friend of the show, Shaman, who's been hanging around in this chat for quite some time. He said, "Hey guys, good show today. I think the Lions should split the Tracy Walker job. Okay, they should put Juju Hughes in the first and third quarters and have Kirby Joseph in the second and fourth quarters. As crazy as it may sound, these guys need some more playing time so they can improve their game while improving their experience across all of our safeties. Not a bad thing. Switching out that often could mess with the continuity, but I see what you're saying. You need to give these guys some playing time. I get it 100%. And these games, the next 2 games coming up, are a perfect time to do that, playing against some of these opponents, especially next week, not this week, next week when we're playing the Patriots, where you're going to have a passing game that's going to be probably not that great, so we can get those guys some experience. And, play them against this week. Play them against DK Metcalf and some of those guys out there. We'll see.
Yeah.
Thanks for the comment. King S, friend of the show, King SJ said, hopefully somebody can step up to the plate and fill in for Tracy, whether it be Iffy, Kirby, Juju, or Willie. I don't see us trading for a safety, but I guess you never know. Hopefully we can regroup against the Seabirds this weekend. Yeah, King SJ. Hopefully it's not a trade. If it is a trade, it's got to be for somebody spectacular. No trades. And let's use what we got. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah, I told you, Willie, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Man, if you don't sit that mess down.
Lion King says last week was disappointing as we led in the fourth quarter with two something minutes left in the game on the road. So the Vikings on the road. So the Vikings know what. So it's on to week 4. We at home against a weak Seahawk team, but we have major injuries. But even so, I'm picking Detroit Lions to win. Me too. And like I said, man, it's time for us to get TJ Hock back involved and be a focal point of this offense, man. And we should be straight.
Yeah. New to the comments for me. I have seen this thing before. David Daniel says, "Thank you for your service, Curt. Happy there is a show for grown folks." Hey, man, you know how we get down. We have a little more mature audience here, right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. Yo, home for Detroit Lions things and rumors. What you got, Ella?
New to the comment cards, at least to me, William Fitzpatrick says, "Let's talk about the real problem. We need to replace our turf field. I'm sure we have had more torn Achilles than any other team." That's an interesting stat. I've heard things about like New York's field, like they don't a lot of people have reservations about that. Feel like a lot of knee injuries happen out there. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know the frequency of our Achilles injuries, especially with this field or likewise fields, because we're not the only people that play on this type of field. But that's an interesting point you bring up there, William. Thanks for the comment.
The field turf happened. Well, it happened out in Minnesota, who plays indoors too, with a field turf team. The only team that has an indoor stadium that has a natural grass is Arizona, because they have the environment to grow that grass outside and bring it in. I don't think we have unless we build some kind of biodome to ship the natural grass into Ford Field. I don't see that being a possibility for us in Michigan, especially during the winter months. Yeah, I don't see that being an issue for us. Yeah, I don't see that being a thing that we could do in Detroit. Now, my man OBJ has said every team needs to get rid of their field turf. He said it's terrible. He said because of all the knee and Achilles injuries. You look at Sterling Shepard for the Giants, just towards ACL on Monday night. So yeah,
man, that's the excitement of a track meet versus the injuries, man. Aaron Latimer or Lion Man.
Superstar right there, baby.
You know what's going on, man? What's going on? Happy to have you, man. What's going on? He says we have to win. We can't look over the Seahawks. And no, we can't. Like I said, man, this is a focal point where we need to get the people involved who need to be involved, like TJ Hockenson, like Julian Okora, guys who can be a focal point of this team, man, who just have been kind of lagging. They've been had a little lag, man. So we need to do that, man. But thank you, Lion Man, for that comment, man. We appreciate you for joining the show, man. And it's always a pleasure to have you, man.
That's my dude out there in the Sag Nasty, man. That's my guy right there, old Lion Man. Aaron, what's up, brother? Hey, man. And I want to say, it's been a few weeks, but condolences on your pops, man. I know it was a big part of your life, man, and I know that pain. I lost my dad some years ago, so shout out to you, man, and your family, man. Our condolences and our prayers are with you and your family, man, as you heal in this time. And your pops was a huge Lions fan as well, so shout out to you and your family, man. All right, that is the comment cards for today. Now it's time to go to everyone else's favorite segment, as y'all call it, Dessert with your man Curt. Grazier 12, my man. I know you was getting off work. Have a cup of coffee with your dessert with your man Curt. Brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Go ahead and visit the link in the description for her Facebook page. If you don't do Facebook, go over to TikTok or Instagram and see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Now, we talked about this a little bit off camera before. Anthony Pittman was signed to the 53-man roster with Tracy Walker going to the IR. Here's the deal with Anthony Pittman. They had to make a move with him because the first 3 games of the season, what did they do? They protected him and brought him up to the active roster. You only can do that 3 times with a practice squad player. They had already exhausted the 3 times with Anthony Pittman. So they went ahead and brought him up to the active roster when they put Tracy Walker on the IR, which means what? If they're going to sign a safety or bring in or trade someone, they're going to have to get rid of somebody on the active roster right now. But we have our 53-man roster with Anthony Pittman taking up that spot for Tracy Walker the third, man. And my heart goes out to him, man, because he had the greatest week and the worst week in the same week, where he had the birth of his new child and lost for the season all within like a 3 to 4 day period. So shout out to Tracy Walker, man. Congratulations on the baby, man. And heal up soon, man. We want to get you back, man, at Honolulu Blue and Silver, man, because you were doing your thing this season, man. Now it's time to take that quick stroll on over to the Wall of Fame. First up in our bronze members, we got Everything King. Y'all know what it is, man. Big shout out to Marcus over there. He's getting ready for the Pistons season. Man, NBA preseason's already here. You got Detroit Drew, Latino Leo. We got David Anderson in the building, Bob Korowski, and Dan, Big Dan Spanos. And our silver members, we have Cap Ice Cold, Batman of the 313, and my man Henry Wallace, Mr. Scotty the Bear, baguettes, and all that rounds out our silver members. Gold members. Okay, 3 o'clock. The last community link in the community tab for the gold members meeting is still active. So you can go ahead and click that link. I don't know if Val's going to repost that link today, but the current link that's in there is a link for today's gold members meeting. So go ahead and click it today. It should be fine to get in there. If there's something different, definitely we will let you know in the chat today during the show. All right. For our gold members, we got Mr. Reliable, Michael Huck, Larry McQuiston, my man, Rough and Raw himself, North End Ken, man. Come on, jump on in, man. We ain't seen you in a while. Michael Lewis is in the building. Lady Lionel Douchebagia. I know you won't be there this week. Dominic Davis, the jazzy one. Paul Jarose is in the building. And y'all know who it is. It's the doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Now it is time for final thoughts for today's show. My man, my mellow, get on the mic because you know you eat blue jello. LL, what you got for today?
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Shout out to the gold members. Have a great meeting today. But I just want to say, RIP Miss Jordan. One of my good homies lost his mom this week. Very unfortunately, so shout out to RIP Miss Jordan. And, my condolences to the whole family, man.
Yeah, RIP. It's time, man. It's time for people to step up. Injuries happen, and it's time for people to step up like last year. Jerry Jacobs and AJ Parker stepped up. So it's time, man. It's time to fill in those spots, man. And it's tough, man. But that bye week coming, man. So hey, we're gonna get stronger. We're gonna ball out. We're gonna boss up, like Curt say, ball out, and we're gonna play the game, man. Because at the end of the day, it's just football, man. Hey, line up, knock them over.
Yeah, definitely. All right, it's Wednesday, man. And shout out to my man LL. Get yourself some dollar coney somewhere if you can get them. We don't have that down here in the South, but man, because they think chili dogs is coney dogs down here, man. That ain't the same thing, man.
No,
but it's Wednesday, man. It's hump day, baby. The grind is getting a little tough. You've already had about 10 meetings that could have been email or Slack messages or Basecamp messages, but keep grinding through it, man. It's going to be okay. If you need some help, take a step back, refocus, and get some help, man. Asking for help is a sign of strength and not weakness. And it is still Mental Health Awareness Month, man. So go ahead and get your mentals checked out if you need it. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like you want to hurt yourself, man, get some professional help. It is never, and doesn't matter if it's September, October, November, January, get it when you can get it, man, because it's important for us to have a good mental health, man. It's important for you, for yourself, and for your loved ones, man. Make sure you get your mental health checked out, man. It is not a sign of weakness to ask for help or to talk to someone about what's going on with you. It is definitely a sign of strength. Now, we got a show tomorrow. We got a game preview. game predictions, man. We'll go over the roster. We'll go over keys to the offense, keys to the defense, man. Just come back and check us out right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Hey, man, check your boy Curt still out in the description below, man. Go on over to Gridiron Heroes, heroics.com, man. Check out my content over there. I write a couple articles over there, and I will be posting my link for my own website. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing for school. Y'all know I'm doing my master's thing. So I'm doing a little bit of, writing over there too, man. So go ahead and check your boy out, man. Support the, you know what I'm saying? Support your boy, man. I support you guys. If it's something you want us to check out, make sure you let us know, man. My man, Grandeur 12, always hitting me up with some good links, man. So, man, shout out to him, man. He be on his grind, man, because he get off work and he work a third shifter. He get off work and be right here on the show, man. So shout out to him, man, out there in Cali, man. But with all that being said, man, hey, I know you had your lunch. I don't know if you had your Conies or Better Made chips or some Fagos or whatever you having up there in the peninsula of Michigan, lower or upper. But hey, man, thank you for watching us. Go ahead and get that napkin, them crumbs off your face. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.